And we are recording.
What's up, everybody? It's Bricky, Sarge, and Benny, and we are back for another episode of Life Through Our Lens. And boys, I got the dreaded email. I finally got it.
Did you get fired?
Worse.
Oh,
We're
no.
going back to the office.
Oh no.
What's the trajectory here? What's the starting date?
It's like first week in July, so in like a month or so. And your boy is not happy about it.
They couldn't even give you an extra summer off. Oh man,
I know.
July's just a bad starting time point. Just wait till Labor Day. It's like regular high school and college. We've all had that workflow. July, come on, that's prime time.
And just think about it. You have to put on pants again.
Dude, and not only pants that aren't sweatpants.
Hard pants.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like that was like half the reason why I gained weight over the winters, because I never had a waistline. Everything just gave way.
Stretchy pants are the goat. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But no, we got the email. It seems like it's coming. And so this is kind of what we're going to be going off on here for the next 30 to 40 minutes. Working from home and how it's way better than having to go into the office. I'm a huge fan.
I'm on the same page. I'm a little different. I think all three of us are different, which is really cool. Sarge is still counting in the office. He had a stint at home. I've been remote for almost 5 years now. And then Bricky, how long have you been in the remote world?
Just for COVID. So it was my company had just started letting people work from home once, maybe every week or two. Okay. And it was a rotation. And now that we've been working from home for over a year, it is way better. I like it so much more.
Little taste of the freedom.
See, I honestly, I don't mind going to the office. Granted, I literally cannot do my job from, my house, but I don't mind it at all. But that being said, when I was working from home, waking up legitimately 2 minutes before you start was pretty fucking sweet. Not gonna lie.
A lot of freedom. I don't know if did you guys have to do your just sign in and move the mouse so you can get your morning started?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How it goes.
My alarm goes off at 7:15. I get out of bed at 7:29 and I start at 7:30. It is so much better than getting up at 5.
So that's why you get your haircut every 3 weeks. You roll right out of bed. You're fresh and ready to rumble. Keep it low and tight.
Yep.
Camera ready. Are you on camera? Are you on a lot of Zoom? And
I like the way my desk is set up. I can't open I have a dual monitors and I can't open up my laptop to get it. So
okay.
No. Kind of scheming the system a little bit there.
Okay. I need to ask both of you. So do you guys have work shorts, like a pair that you just throw on every single day, or do you actually do laundry like a normal person and switch it up? Because when I was working from home, I had some work shorts, no doubt.
I have my old high school basketball shorts that I basically just wear all the time. They're the most comfortable. They don't have pockets in it. Some people might disagree with that sentiment, but it's kind of nice. A little looser, a little easier to sit in. But yeah, those are, on the top, I have to look good. I'm on camera all day long. So it has been an interesting transition. I will say when it all started, everybody had their hair done. They looked well kept on the beard, any kind of facial hair. As time has progressed, people started having snapbacks on, hoodies on, uncontrollable facial hair.
I was going to say, if I do have to be on camera, I throw a hat on because I haven't showered before work in a year. I shower after work now. Yeah. Why would you shower before? You can sleep.
It's pointless.
Yeah.
So do they say how many days a week you're going to have to go? Or is it just is it every day?
Oh man, no, they haven't made a formal announcement on that. They just kind of said prepare yourselves because, a lot of, at least in my instance, I don't have kids. It's me and my wife. Right. So I don't have my life doesn't change a whole lot. I don't have to get anything in order, but there are people that do. So yeah, they just kind of gave us like a 4 or 5 week heads up. And yeah, so I hope we have the flexibility, because I mean, I don't want to go in 5 days a week, and I don't think I need to go in 5 days a week to do my job the correct way.
I'm on the same page. I don't think if you've been efficient from home this entire time, I don't know what the point of bringing people back in is if they don't want to. If you want to, that's cool. But if you had the choice, if they're like, hey, we have a building lease, this, that, the other thing, we want team building, camaraderie, yada, yada. How many days would you be willing to go back?
If I had like every,
if you have to go back and they're like, you have to come back at least some days a week, how many days would you go back?
If I had to go back at least once a week, I mean, obviously want to go just once, but I would be fine with twice probably.
Okay. But 5 days, that's like
don't even get me started. I honestly might look for a different job.
Please don't cry.
Yeah.
What days would you go back? Would you do like Monday, Tuesday, or would you, Monday, Wednesday, or would you do like a Thursday, Friday? What's your ideal going into the office days?
If I was so I would probably not want to do consecutive days. I'd probably, if it was one day, I'd probably do Wednesday. If it was Tuesday, 2 days a week, either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, just because I work out over my lunch right now. And that's how I get my exercise. Cause dude, getting up before work or after work sucks. To do that 5 days a week, that sucks. I don't think there's any person on this entire earth who would be like, I love getting up. Maybe there's a few, but you guys are crazy.
Yeah. We're not all mental cases. Sorry, I don't mean to speak for you, but
yeah, no, I work out every day after work, but I also am done I start at 6 and then I'm done at 2:30 or however long I, stay. So it's not that bad.
Well, and you're single and your mom cooks for you. And so there's a whole lot of stuff taken off your plate right there.
Thank God. Yeah. Mommy does a great job of cooking. So I don't have to worry about that ever. It's fantastic.
Pretty dynamite feature right now. It's just like having a wife, one day you'll get there. Maybe you got to participate a little bit more, but
I hope you don't treat your mom like a wife.
Whoa. Whoa.
Deep end. Deep end. Yeah. Okay, so Sarge, you're in one camp, me and Brick are in the other because you're in the office right now. What do you think the biggest benefit of going into the office is?
Well, so I mean, this is obviously a personal situation, but man, I love working with my coworkers. Well, some of them, not all of them, but the camaraderie for sure. That's what I really enjoy. Granted, they're all hockey refs, or we all have similar interests, so it's not like a forced conversation, like, with like the normal water cooler, like, hey, how's the weather type of BS. We actually, we would hang out other, besides work, like totally would. So I really like that. Me personally, I feel like I probably took advantage of working from home a little too much, like, like taking a 40-minute lunch, watching, Jerry Springer at noon and, getting all my stuff done as fast as I possibly could, doing kind of the bare minimums. So going to work for me was probably just best for me. Not that I, completely slacked off, but, there's some days like on a Friday where it's like, it's 3:00. Are you doing anything? No, because I already did the checklist, got them done. Am I going to overachieve? No.
But how is that any different than being in the office? If it's 3:00 and a Friday in the office, you're just shooting the shit, looking busy. How is that any different?
See, well, okay. So so I work in a warehouse now, and if you're not doing anything, it's so noticeable that it's like and I honestly enjoy it. So it's not like I want to do something the whole time, so I don't have to like making stuff up to go, feel busy is harder than just actually doing shit. And so for me, time goes by way faster when I'm just doing it. And then all of a sudden it's like, bam, I got 5 minutes left. Then I usually, like, right around the 5-minute mark, kind of, say goodbyes, kind of walk around the office, say, have a good weekend, talk a little golf, and then head on out there. So I guess 5 minutes left. I do that, but
yeah, for sure. And I guess that's kind of a little bit of apples and oranges, right? Like you kind of have a manual labor to yours.
Yeah,
And so
definitely.
I guess, and Benny and I are more behind a desk, which,
sure.
and so going back to your, hey, I got an hour left, I'll just kind of, do whatever. I would say that I was almost, I don't want to say less productive in an office, but I would, if you're been grinding for, let's say 4 or 5 hours, you got a busy day. It's like, man, I just need to go talk to someone, but you need to make it look like it's about work, and, it's just kind of, there's some hoopla behind it too.
Yeah. Do you feel like the pressure of having a manager kind of like looming makes you feel like that? Do they really care? And I'm kind of going back to, like, I'm in a field rep now, but when I was in the office, that's kind of what it was like. There's like, ooh, like one of the 3 managers could potentially see me screwing around, and then you're just trying to look productive. Like, let's talk about golf, but also have like a pocket card where it's like, oh yeah, like, did you read the last survey? Something to just, just in case somebody overhears a conversation. It's like, you guys are not screwing around. It's productive, I promise.
Well, it's funny because I usually do this with my boss. So no.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I mean, that doesn't really apply to me. And I mean, I have my work. No one's questioning my work ethic at, my current place right now. I would,
For sure.
at least I would be shocked because I got numbers to back it up too. So it's like,
yeah. Well, and when you bring that up, I mean, that's a really good point too. If you are an employee who can prove that, hey, I can be productive away, I think that's very different than someone who is known to not to kind of slack. It's like, well, if no one's there, then you're definitely going to slack more. It's kind of like, it's like a lineman in football. If you don't notice them, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So if you have someone who is like, they don't need supervision and you don't have to worry about them, you can just know they're getting their job done. Very different, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of employers, maybe some managers, I struggle with this one because I feel like if a manager hires you, that person trusts you wholeheartedly. If they hired you, they're like, this person's going to get the job done because, it rolls all the way up. But I feel like there are a lot of people without supervision. It's like, it's like a kid who never drank in high school, never partied, and then like went to college and just went nuts. It's like all this freedom. What do I do? There's too much going on, and like they might need that supervision. But I feel like it always corrects itself, right? Like if you can get your numbers done or your metrics, I don't know how you're graded, Sarge or Bricky, but for me, it's simple. It's like I hit my numbers. Nobody cares what I'm doing.
Nobody that's cares. What it should be.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's definitely different strokes for different folks. I think certain people want to go back to the office depending on their situation of like working from home. But I have not had to go to the office for so long that my entire list of like pros and cons is just purely cons. So I'm curious to know what would be like the most negative 1 or 2 things if you had to go back to the office.
Oh, hold on. Timeout. So we're just going negatives here.
That's just based on like what I was saying, because I don't really have pros. You guys can talk more about pros if you want. I just really only have cons that, going back to the office is like not, I would be, see you later. I'm going to find another job that I can be in the field.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll hop in like you just asked the question.
Okay.
All right. So cons, I would say first and foremost is just the work-life balance, right? You are spending, depending on how far you have to drive, you got to commute. So let's just say it's a half an hour just to have a nice even round number. That's 1 hour a day, half hour there, half hour back. You got the gas money that you're using to do that. Just overall extra time, that you can't work out, or you can, but again, before or after work, adding to the work-life balance stuff that you got a grocery shop, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But I'd say number one is definitely just having extra time for your life.
For sure. Sarge, what do you think? I know you have to go in now, but before, even like the original job in Chicago, What was that like? What was the like, the shit moment?
Well, right now, what a definite con of working in the office is the mask. Oh my gosh, mask glasses combo. Shoot
Wow.
me in the face. I
I
mean,
didn't
you
think
know
of
what?
that.
You know what? It's you gotta like place it perfectly so it doesn't fog up. I cannot wait till that crap's over. Like I'm fine with wearing the mask, but it's getting old. It gets old fast, and Tad having a beard, that shit gets caught in there. It every once in a while it'll rip out one of the hairs. And it's like kind of like when your treasure trail gets caught in the jeans, type of deal.
Yeah.
That happens to my face. It's like, God damn it. And then I don't know. I usually kind of like lower it down if I'm usually not by anyone. Thank God. Uh, so I'll like, put it down, as like a chin diaper.
Yeah.
When I'm kind of like in the back of the warehouse doing my thing. Cause it honestly, it's weird because it will like make me out of breath faster. I don't really know can't really explain how, but when I'm like wrapping pallets, I was like, drilling myself into the freaking ground. But when I find I can breathe a little bit better, but that's definitely one thing. But I actually switched my shift from 6 to 2:30 because of traffic. So I used to start at 7:30, and
Okay.
I said,
So you start at 6 a.m.
oh, I'm up at 5 a.m. every day, baby.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
Purely
so
based on traffic patterns.
100%.
so what time do you go to bed?
Like 1.
Oh God.
Still?
Oh yeah, dude, I'm buzzing. Grinding,
All right.
baby. I got this shit going. So
We are talking to the wrong person. This
Mhm.
guy is a fucking maniac.
It's a very unique schedule. I thought you were gonna say like 9 o'clock, dude. When I was in Chicago, I had an hour and a half commute each way.
Oh, the
I
worst, Benny.
got up
The
at 5
worst.
a.m. there, like get out the door. You gotta take the elevator down, get out of a parking garage in the city. By the time I get there, it's 7. By like 8:30, I was like tapped out. I was like, I couldn't even. I was like the old man, like trying to like not fall asleep in his chair. That was me for like an entire year.
Dude.
Also, on the mask thing, totally didn't even think about that because I don't have to wear a mask at work. So shout out to all the like frontline healthcare workers. No idea what that's like, but just to throw that out there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not cool.
Yeah, my wife's a doctor, so she's been doing it, and she made it kind of a funny comment the other day. She goes, you're sometimes just close to people's genitals, and it's kind of like gross to think that I used to not wear a mask.
Oh.
Oh my.
So I'm sure that they're pro mask, and I bet they'll wear masks. It's just going to be standard now. Makes
Yeah.
sense. If you're in a hospital, everybody's sick.
I agree. I guess I never even thought about that either. I'd be curious to pick your wife's brain on that because, yeah, I don't know. I guess I always just thought it was like standard procedure. If you're in somebody's business, you're like kind of, got a face shield on or some sort of barrier.
I think it was just for surgery only, and now it's just the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, that's wild. What about you, Bricky? What about traffic for you? Is that a problem? The current location?
Right now it's not because I'm about 4 strides from my office.
Oh.
Get up and I'm at my desk. But no, I wanted to go back to what Sarge was saying about how you go to bed at 1 and wake up at 5 because that's just chaos.
Yeah.
Because I would say for me personally, the number one best thing that has come out of working from home is I have slept so much better this past year than I have almost ever since I started working.
Why? What's the difference?
It's probably, I mean, I don't know exactly what it is, probably some underlying anxiety stuff, nothing that's, crippling to me, but
yeah.
Like I'll wake up at 3 a.m, let's just say, and I'm awake. And if I have to get up at 5, I got 2 hours to tire myself out and get to sleep. And if I don't, I am up since 3 a.m. And so when noon rolls around, what is that? Like 9 hours?
9 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been up for 9 hours. And so you just hit the wall. And now if that happens, I can sleep till 7:30, or if not, I'm not around anyone. I can just pop my headphones in, get my shit done, and then take a nap over my break or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we got to get you on the Sarge ASMR barber to get you knocked back out at
Yeah,
old
buddy.
300
See,
there.
my issue has never been falling asleep. I can fall asleep in the drop of a hat. It's staying asleep.
Is it the anxiety? Because I feel like I can relate in that sense where if I wake up, you get that like panic, like, oh shit, I'm late. Is it that type of thing, or is it just like I can't fall back asleep now?
It's not, oh, I think I'm late, but let's just say you have like a big project going on at work. It's just
Okay.
really hard for me to shut my brain off. I'll
Yeah.
just think about it. So fall asleep, wake up, and then it's just on my mind right away. So it's just kind of stuff like that, just trying to shut your brain off. But ever since I've been working from home, it's been such a relief because let's just say let's just say we're going into the office. I wake up at 3 one day.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I can get through that day. I'll
Okay.
I'll grind through. But if it happens the next day and the day after that, you're
Right.
just like, I don't even want to be around anybody, let alone doing my job. It's just you're not even there. So yeah.
No, that's interesting. I feel like it's probably had that similar effect on a lot of people. Sarge, you're one of a kind, being able to fall asleep at 1 a.m. and wake up at 5 and be productive. I don't know how you're not like,
Oh, dude.
narcoleptic or something. I don't know how you do it. I would be in a coffin if I slept 4 hours a night. I'm racking 8.5, 9 hours every night without a doubt.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm
or
just
I'm
trying
miserable.
to find. I'm just trying to like really zoom in on Sarge's eyes and see the bags, but they're not
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I will say it's Adderall.
Okay.
I mean, case in point
Meth.
right there. I mean,
yeah.
that definitely helps. But no, I've always been just like kind of a natural energy guy too. Like I don't take it every day, but I will take it if I get to. I mean, like 2 nights ago, I went to bed at 1:30. And I had to like peel myself off my bed. But I don't when my alarm goes off, I get up. Like I don't hit snooze
Oh,
at all. Never. The key is to just throw on bangers right in the morning. Just bump some groovy music and just get going. Blare it all the way up. Make some coffee or whatever. I also like do some jumping jacks because that like gets me kind of ready to rock.
so
And
hold
then
on,
it's
time
just
out.
going.
I want to get the picture painted here. Okay, alarm goes off. It's the first song you're throwing on.
All right. So today was Jeopardy by We'll Cut This. Oh my God. Where the hell is it? My Lord. Sorry. Hang on. Sorry, boys.
This is really good podcasting right here.
Yep.
Superb.
Jeopardy.
By the George Kin Band. Play that song. You won't regret it. It is
Okay.
just a toe tapper.
And so alarm, Sarge springs out of bed. Do we turn on the music? Do we go straight into jumping jacks? So
I'll like start vibing to the music, start brushing my teeth, and then all of a sudden I'll like either start, maybe a little dancing a little bit, or like just get, bust out 10 quick jumping jacks, and then it's like, oh yeah,
okay,
we're gonna kick ass today, baby.
Wow.
I want to know. So, do you sleep in the nude? Because I'm just
Yes.
picturing
Yes, I
nude
do.
Sarge doing jumping jacks right now.
Balls flopping everywhere. Yeah, no, I do sleep naked. It's the best way to sleep. If you don't sleep naked, I don't know how you sleep.
I slept naked for many, many years, and I have since transitioned back to boxers just because it keeps you in place.
I'm in the same camp. Sleeping naked, definitely a Kramer move. Was fantastic until one time I rolled over improperly on my beanbag and woke up with shooting pain because it just kind of slid too far. So I got to keep it in check. I don't ever want to wake up to that type of thing. But Sarge, you might need to train some people because I am on the other side of that. I suck at getting up in the morning.
Same.
I am the worst.
Oh,
I
man.
snooze everything. I will sleep through a bomb going off. I hate it. My old alarm, I shit you not. There's actually an alarm out there. I used to do math problems in order to shut my alarm off because that's how bad I was at waking up. That was the only way. It wouldn't turn off until I answered these
All right.
ridiculous questions.
Okay. Do you guys have a song that you wake up to, or is it a sound?
The standard iPhone.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
you? No.
Yeah,
No.
that's my thing.
No. Stop that immediately. wake up to a song.
You just, like,
I wake up to Heartless by Kanye West every single day.
that would get me going.
That's your alarm song?
Oh yeah. Every single day I got Kanye Heartless rocking. It's unbelievable.
That is a wild card.
It's an unbelievable song.
It's a great song. That and Love Lockdown.
Yeah.
Probably his two best. But no, hold on. Time out. I don't want to move on from this yet. So Benny, what time does your alarm go off and what time do you get out of bed?
Now that we're in like pandemic mode, I would say I'm like 7:45 and I'm usually out at 8, but I also have a dog. Without the dog, it can snooze. Sometimes if I don't have meetings or if I don't have to be anywhere, I've slept till 9. I'm not going to lie. There's one time I slept till 10 and I was like, I'm a piece of shit. I don't know what's going on.
No, the only reason, so because my wife is the worst at this. So I have to say what time are we getting up tomorrow is different than what time is your first alarm set for. That's how I have to ask it now. So it's like, what time are we getting up tomorrow? 6. Okay. That means the alarm's going off at 5:30 or 5:20. It's the worst. Don't even get me started.
What?
No.
It's the worst. It's the worst. What are we doing here?
That is a half hour that you
I
sleeping.
know. I have said that so many times. I don't understand.
Wow, we are going off the rails. We are not even close to what we're.
I'm sorry. The dog is just having a freaking barkathon right now. Hang on.
Hold on. Let's take a quick tea. Do we want to get back on the rails or do we just keep going?
I don't know. Like, I love it. This is when the best parts happen, right?
Let's just keep going. So anyway, that alarm pet peeve is big for me. I used to be that guy, but it is unfair for the other like sleeper. So I'm not trying to throw your wife under the bus. My wife
please throw her under the bus.
I have done it. We've all done it, but
no, we haven't.
You snooze it. Then you snooze the alarm. Just wait till you got to sleep next to a woman, Sarge.
I have.
Yeah, maybe that was unfair to say. Either way, there's just times where it goes off. If it does go off at 5:15, then like you're not sleeping. You're just kind of like lightly like passed out for another like 30 minutes. So I'm like, just wake up at 6. So we need Sarge.
Right. Okay. So here's the deal. When you hit the snooze button, you actually get more tired. I have no stats to back this up, but I'm convinced this is just what I think. If you hit snooze and you do fall back asleep, you're just making yourself more tired. You might as well just rip off the fucking Band-Aid and get up. Just get up and go.
Yeah. So my alarm's set for 7:15 and I snooze it once. So it goes to 7:24. Maybe tomorrow I'll go 7:28 and then I gotta just get up.
Just bang it. I'm in the same camp. I've tried that. The problem is I have backup alarms, and that's like a falsehood that I've created for myself. Because the first time I'm like, maybe not today. Maybe I'll just wait till the next one goes off. Sometimes not though.
Yeah, I don't understand why you guys are depriving yourself of precious. I mean, add it up right now. Every single day, every work day, you are wasting however many minutes times 5 times 52. You are wasting hours upon hours of sleep. Straight up.
Sarge just boxing us up right now.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. You're wasting hours upon hours staying up till 1 a.m. I'm
doing stuff though. That's when I get the best ideas, when things are really going. That's the nighttime. Nighttime is when it's really, my best thinking's done at night. I'm a night owl too. Like my dad is as well. It's kind of like a hereditary thing, but I've always been staying up late. Like even in like elementary school, like I remember staying up to like 11.
Getting up at 6?
I have no idea what time I started school in elementary school.
It was an aggressive play. All right. Do you want to get back on the?
Yeah, we should probably get back on the rails.
Okay.
We're going off the rails of the crazy train. All right, so hold on. Let's do a quick T here. Where are we right now? I'm looking
Is
at
the
I have
office a time waster?
Yeah.
I think that's the
Yeah.
next
So this
thing.
is the one thing I want.
Hang on 1 second. I have to open the door. You
Okay.
guys can start. I'll be right back.
No, we'll wait for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get some water. Hang on.
Okay.
Nothing like the old treat bag to shut your dog up. All right.
All right. So how do we want to get back on the rails here?
I have no idea.
I don't know. We'll just go from somebody saying something about sleeping and like, hey, let's get back to
Okay.
is the office a time waster? We'll let that go right to Saj.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously, Sarge, you are in maybe the minority, at least in my camp, of being able to get up right away. So curious to know your overall sentiment. You're in the office. You've been in different positions where you're in the office. Do you think the office is a time waster?
I mean, not for me personally, but I will say, right away in the morning, I don't know anyone who is productive in the first 20 minutes. And also, if you don't take a poop within the first 4 minutes of arriving to work, you're legitimately an alien. Every single time I go to work right away, it's go take a poop right off the bat, start the day. I mean, it's like clockwork. I mean, that's so then I don't really even start till like 6:20, like once it's all said and done.
There you go. So your morning routine is clock in or show up, however you do it, and then immediately run to the bathroom.
Yes.
Well, I suppose that makes sense because you're chugging your coffee at home before you even leave, right?
I've learned not. I really got sick of torching my tongue, so I do it on the way there.
Okay, so you've already, because it's almost, I think it's everyone. Once you have that first cup of coffee, it's like it's time to go now.
Evacuate the dance floor. Yeah, that's me, dude. I used to be when I was in Chicago, it was my favorite. You got the morning coffee on the rip in there. If it's wintertime, you got the heated seats in. You are just primed for a little early morning action upon arrival.
But yeah, so Benny, you've been home for like 4 years. Do you think the office is a time waster?
I do personally, because coming from the office, there was definitely days that I had to work the full 8 hours, 8.5 hours, or however long, you got to be clocked in for. But there was also so much time where you're just trying to kill time, or there's just nothing to do. And again, I was always in a sales capacity, so it might be different for different people. But for me, it's really, there are days I get my job done in 5-6 hours. And then it's like, I need to stay here to get my full 8 hours of pay. What am I going to do? So I'm in that camp. It might not be applicable to everybody, but I think it is in a sales role.
Okay. So you're saying that you would fill, obviously you're when you're in the office, you want to look busy. So you're doing stuff to kind of fill the time. So now that you're working from home, what have you replaced that with?
So my definition of my workday now, and again, if I'm traveling, it's a different story, but not having to travel, people really don't want to see me. My workday definition has switched from just doing work or being at a place where you're not doing any other chores to now I can like knock out the dishes in 10 minutes and come back upstairs, or I can knock out some laundry, take the dog for a quick walk. And now it's like, even though the hours may be longer, it might be like I'm on from 8 to 5 or 8 to 6. But in that time, I get everything I need to do done for the day.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I do the same thing. And it kind of the first time you do it, it feels a little taboo, you know? You're like, should I
Yeah.
be doing this? But so before I was ever in an office, in college, I was doing grounds crew and
Mhm.
landscaping and all that. So I was used to like moving around and being up and doing stuff. And so when I got my first desk job, I was like anxious, like I wanted to get up and move. So
Yeah.
I brought this cup with me and I would just chug water. So I would have to fill up the cup and also have to pee all the time just so I could get up and move. But now I don't feel guilty getting up and just moving, because you
Right.
can even if it's for 30 seconds, if you're in an office, it's like, man, Zach's getting up all the time. What is he doing? When in
A bladder
reality,
infection?
yeah,
What's going on?
I know that all of a sudden your boss is like, I don't know if he's actually going to the bathroom. Maybe I'll follow him in there
Yeah.
and listen for the pee hitting the porcelain.
Oh man, I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, there's just times now where I don't know. I felt guilty for a long time. The last job I had, I was a lot busier with more of like customer service stuff. Now I don't have to do as much of it. So when I don't have something to do, I'm like seeking out, what do I do? What do I do? I'm not working enough. But I've gotten to the point where like I'm not guilty anymore. I don't feel guilty anymore. I'll get my job done. If it takes me 10 hours in a day, it takes me 5 hours in a day, whatever it is, like I'll get it done. And then it's like, go do something. You don't have to be strapped to your desk. That's kind of my new sentiment. And I feel like the work from home just transitioned all of America. Well, at least the people that, were deemed non essential, that they have freedom and flexibility to, go about their day. They can get their job done, but they can also, make their kids lunch or, I don't know, walk the dog. That's the biggest thing for me. If I was in an office, that would be such a kick in the beans. I'd have to go home on my lunch break. Oh, that'd be such a killjoy.
But but realistically, like, how many people you think are taking advantage of that freedom? Where I don't know if maybe like I'd be shocked to hear that all of you, I mean, both of you have been, just grinding away every single day. There's probably a few days where you're like, I'm going on vacation and this is the day before vacation.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I would do that in the office though. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're on short timers attitude, you don't give a crap. You're checking out. But no, I hear what you're saying. So, but I truly think if you slack, there's no way to get away with it. Like it would
Yeah.
be very evident that you're like other people on your team are either carrying more of the workload. I just don't feel like there's a way to camouflage that. Kind of like Benny, you got to hit your numbers. You don't hit your numbers, you could work your bag off if you're not hitting your number.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like at the end of the day, like there's definitely days I am not productive, but I feel like I was the same way in the office, same way in school, college, however you want to consider it. There's just days you're not in the zone to do your job. And that's the nature of the beast. Now I'm at home, like, all right, if I go work out at noon because I just can't sit at my computer anymore and I get home at 1 o'clock, then I'm more like, all right, I did something, I got my fix. Now I can like recenter and like do work. But before at the office, I was like, all right, you're just kind of in this lull. I needed to adopt that drink a ton of water and go for lots of pisses earlier. I kind of missed the mark on that one, but that would have been very useful. A lot of uptime. But outside of that, how much time do you think on a day-to-day basis you spent just shooting the shit? What's the word around the water cooler type mentality?
Oh, plenty. And sometimes you don't even want to. It's just I would rather do that than go sit at my desk. It's just like you got to get up.
I agree. I'm the same thing. What about you, Sarge? You seem like you're against this right now. You're worried about the productivity. You got the CEO mentality. Bring them in.
Yeah.
Bring them in, baby.
I don't know. Like, I feel like you guys just want to stay home so goddamn bad that you're not even being realistic. Like, you guys are going to have to go back to the office whether you like it or not.
You shut your freaking mouth.
And so you might as well switch your attitude about it and look at, some of the bright side of this, I don't know. I just feel like it's way easier to take an extra 15 minutes of lunch, take an extra this, go on that extra walk when you're not at the office. That's just kind of what I think. And I don't know. I don't know. I've never felt bad about like the supervision aspect of any, being at the office, but I don't know. There's just no way you can convince me that there's not people slacking like a motherfucker because they're working at home. There's just no way.
I don't know. You're coming off like PD positivity right now. And
all right, let me ask you this. Let me
yeah.
ask you this. Do you have your TV on when you're working?
Never.
I sometimes do, but there's TVs all over my office too. There's TV on the entire day at my office.
Oh, wow. I've never had an office like that.
Only exemption when the Masters is on or March Madness. I will have that on.
That's really all I watch. I just listen to podcasts like Life Through Our Lens all day.
Yeah, that's kind of the general I'm a big music guy, but yeah, never TV. What else you got, Sarge? Keep firing, keep rattling.
Yeah, we need a little. Obviously, me and Benny are very pro stay at home. We need.
Well, okay. So how about this? So one of the things that would bug the shit out of me when I was working from home was, okay, I need an answer now. Okay. So I am them, right? And all of a sudden, 3 hours later, I get an answer when I could have. You literally just walk. I literally this happened to me today. I had an issue. Walked right up to the person. Hey, what's this? Boom, got solved. 2 minutes. If I would have IM them, it's probably not higher on their priority list when it is on mine. How do you deal with that? Like, so that's one thing that would just drive me nuts. Like if I need an answer, or I guess I didn't need it, but I wanted it so I could get back to a customer.
Yeah, that's fair. And that is a definite bone. That is a huge like positive about going in. Because that happened not all the time, but it definitely is. Oh, I didn't see your email. Oh, I never got a notification that I got an IM from you. It's like, oh, really? But yeah, no, I just I hear you there. Yeah.
I'm in the I kind of disagree. I hear you. I hear that. I started once I moved to the field role, that was my life. So I've gotten used to just being like, hey, I can't get this figured out right now, which sucks because it's like you want to check it off your list, it's on your brain, you can't move forward without it. But I don't know. Now I'm just used to it. I get done when I get it done. If I need somebody's assistance, I have to wait for them, or I have to figure it out on my own, which is a huge kick in the pills. But then it's just like be a little bit more proactive, I guess, on my side. But maybe people just need more training on how to do that because it is a new world. I mean, some people are going to have the option to stay home forever. So interesting thought, though.
Well, and so I guess I have, for my situation, I am working from my apartment by myself. My wife isn't there. She's obviously going into the hospital. But Benny, you work at home with your wife and you guys are both on the phone and stuff. So it doesn't get annoying or anything?
It was definitely annoying before we moved. I'm not going to lie. We were in an 800 square foot apartment. One of us was in the kitchen. One of us was in the bedroom. We were both working. She talks very loud. She'll never admit to it. I talk very loud. I'll never admit to it, even though I just did. It's kind of annoying. You know what? I just shut the door. The only problem is the dog flips out if, one of the doors are shut and she can't see both of us. So that was tough. I don't know what everybody's work from home situation was like, but you know what? Basically, my wife has just become my coworker. And it's like, hey, like you want to like go for a walk or do this or that. But there's definitely times when it's like we're both on the call and then the internet drops out. We're on Zoom calls. It's all staticky. And, there's definitely some technical issues once in a while, but nothing that I would say we need to go back to the office. I can't wrap my head around it. I haven't been in one for 4 years. You couldn't pay me double my salary to go back to an office.
All right.
I consider it unlikely.
Yeah.
So if you have to go back to the office, you're looking for a new job.
100%. I would tell if I had to go check into an office, I'd be immediately trying to find a way out of it.
Ricky, are you looking for a new job now you have to go back in the office?
I haven't done anything yet, but obviously I have a very unique situation where I go where my wife goes. So I'm, it's just another factor. So, I mean, we could be in St. Louis for 1 more year. We could be here for 3 more years or our entire lives. I don't know. So it's until we have, and we'll get a little more certainty, pretty soon here, but It's if let's just say if we are going to be here for the rest of our lives, yeah, I would probably at least look. I mean, at least do my due diligence. I would quit, but
Yeah.
it'd definitely be a motivator. I don't know where else I'm going to find 28 days PTO though,
Seriously. Yeah, you can kiss that goodbye. Get a new job, no doubt.
Start from scratch. That's how they get you, dude. Here's 5 weeks off, or was that like 7 weeks, I guess? But yeah,
But no, I think even from like Sarge said earlier, I have no stats to back this up, but I think from a economic standpoint, it would make a lot. Like I have 80 people in my office, right? So we have probably 100-person office, give or take. What if you just cut that into a quarter? You're going to pay, and you had 25-person office for 80 people. And then you can just kind of rotate and go in. And that would save the company a ton of money and, give people like the true honest flexibility. No stats though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably, I don't know. I'd be curious to know because some people are going to want to go back to the office. We don't have kids, thank God. Well, at least for me right now. Because if you have 2 or 3 kids running around, I don't know what that's like. They're probably like, get me the hell out of this house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going back to the office 5 days a week. Sounds like a treat to those people, but not to us, right? Not to us.
Yeah, no, I will say for having a pandemic hit, it hit at a pretty decent time of my life. Don't have any kids, just me and the wife, newlyweds, kind of hanging out by yourselves, not so bad.
Yeah, no, it still sucks major ass.
So you're on the record being anti-pandemic?
I am so anti-pandemic, even though it was actually sneaky one of the best things for me, but it's too long now. It's like,
yeah,
this is ridiculous.
Well, it seems like we're wrapping it up though, honestly. Well, I mean, loosely, that's a horrible way to say that, but you know what I mean. We're moving in the right direction.
We're moving forward. Yes.
Yes.
Things are moving in the right direction. The vaccines are getting out. Everybody's doing better, but yeah, I am going to be curious now that they just gave all these people basically unlimited flexibility. Now they're going to strip that away. And Bricky made a good point. He said PTO. Kind of touched on that an episode or 2 ago. You have a lot of PTO, but a lot of people are in the 10 to 15 day camp. So now they kind of have flexibility where, maybe they can run to the doctor's office or, they can do the day stuff during the workday and not have to take time off or make up time later.
Whoa. You have to take time off to go to the doctor?
I mean, before, or I had to make up the time.
What?
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Wow.
If I missed hours, I was like, hey, I'll be in late today because I have a doctor's appointment, but I would have to make up that time later in the week or
that's
that
what
day.
I'd have to do too. Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Man.
Yeah.
I've never actually. So I guess I'm pretty lucky. I've never had to do that where they're everyone's just kind of understood. That's cool. You got to do whatever. Go to the dentist. I mean, I wouldn't schedule it at 3:00 and then see you later. Yeah. It was schedule it early if you're 15 minutes late, half hour, whatever. It doesn't matter. But
for sure.
I'd never had to take time off for that. Which
I feel like that's pretty standard.
Suck.
Yeah. So you're fortunate. So even right now, if you were like, hey, I have a doctor's appointment and you couldn't get a time early or late, they wouldn't care. They'd just be like, not a problem.
Yeah. Go for it. That's your lunch type of deal.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I guess you could factor that in too. I guess just for me in the past, it was something that I couldn't rip out in 30 minutes.
So one of the things I'm most nervous about going back to the office is, so I moved down to St. Louis, December, 2019. And then I was in the office for 3 months. So I didn't really get to know people all that great.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm going to remember anybody's name. I have to re-ask everybody their name again.
It's going to be tough. We got to come up with a standard slogan for the whole bunch. What do you think?
Hey, guy.
Yeah. What's up, dude? I don't know. I'm a big duder. Sarge, what's your go-to?
Hey. Just, look them right in the eyes. Hey, that type of deal. Cause I avoid the name thing, or I try to find their nameplate on their desk or something. Try to be sneaky about it. or just avoid the conversation entirely. Just say, well, this is not getting done.
Throw in the headphones. I don't see you.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. I feel like there's going to be a lot of like Bricky, like one or two people like, what's that person's name again? Kind of like right in front of them, but like under the radar. I do that all the time. Like, what's that person's name? Or you just start making up nicknames for people, a little Michael Scott-esque. Just like, hey, that guy wears a blue shirt. I'm going to call you Blue. That's your new nickname now. That's how I'm going to remember you, man. I'm
hey,
sorry.
Glasses. How are we, Glasses?
What up, Specs?
10 people turn around.
Yeah. Super generic nicknames. So,
by the way, this is so long.
Want to put a bow on it?
It's very long.
It's way too long.
What are we at right now?
51 minutes.
Yeah.
There's probably plenty of stuff we can cut out of this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think so
For
too.
sure. It could be 2 episodes.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling a little iffy about it, but usually then we listen to it again and then it's like, okay, wait, this is okay. But
yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Why don't you put a bow on it though, Sarge?
Yeah, wrap it up.
I don't even know where we left off, but all right, well, wow, Jesus. All right, we're gonna wrap up this episode of Life Through Our Lens. Spread the word, you freaking turds. Take care easy.
Stop the recording again.
Yeah.